major super PACs supporting Donald Trump might have just broken campaign finance law. Now, an undercover investigation by reporters with The Telegraph were allegedly directed by Great America PAC, which is, of course, Donald Trump's super PAC, co-chairman Eric Beach, to funnel a supposed foreign donation through a nonprofit agency so that, of course, that money could not be traced back to someone who shouldn't be donating in American political elections in the first place. As I said, it is against campaign finance law for foreign donors to give money to American politicians, which makes sense because it would corrupt the process. But, of course, giving any money to any politician is a corruption of the process. But that's just, my opinion on the matter. Now, Dan Backer, the group's lawyer, said in a statement that no, Beach, his conduct was appropriate, ethical, and legal at all times, adding that he was simply telling the undercover journalists how a U.S. company with a foreign parent company could potentially engage in legal political activity. Now, to me, this sounds a lot like the story of Jeb Bush.
Give me a break.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to give you a break. This is exactly the story where a Chinese national was giving money to Jeb Bush through a super PAC. And that's a pretty long and involved story, but it's essentially the same thing. You had Jeb Bush getting this money, he might get in trouble for it. Maybe if the FEC decides to go after him on this whole thing. And of course, you know what happened to Jeb Bush.
You're kicking me out the door. You're kicking me out the door.
Hopefully, maybe they'll do the same thing to this guy. I don't know. Now, here's some more details, right? Now, the investigation claims that a journalist was posing as a representative for a Chinese client who wanted to donate $2 million to the Donald Trump super PAC, but understood that he could not donate because of his nationality. Beach allegedly told the reporter to send the money through a nonprofit organization, which does not have to disclose its donors and cannot ban foreign money. This is your 501c4. This is your super PAC. Or I'm sorry, this is your I think of the word right now. But it's where independent expenditures, where they're not actually spending on a candidate, where they're actually just running advocacy ads. And those are independent expenditures, right? Which you can do as a nonprofit organization that does social welfare. That's one of the things created by the Citizens United ruling. I had a little bit of a brain fart there, but I got it back. Now, of course, after you donate to that nonprofit organization, it could then donate to the super PAC legally with those donations that originate from a foreign source. Now, Beach, the Telegraph goes on to claim, told the reporter during a phone conversation that the donor could have access to Donald Trump if he wins the White House. Oh, now it gets really interesting. He said, allegedly, we can have that whispered into Mr. Trump's ear whenever your client feels that it's appropriate. But wait a minute. You're working for a super PAC. You're the co-chair of the super PAC, which is not legally allowed to coordinate with the Donald Trump campaign. But you're saying that, hey, you donate to our super PAC, even though you're a Chinese national and you're not supposed to, I'll put in a word with Mr. Trump to get you whatever you want. Now, wait a minute. No, okay, so look, as I said, you're not supposed to coordinate with the campaign. That's illegal, right? Now, I would say that might be an instance, if that really happened, would be an instance of coordination. Now, it also might be a stupid promise to a sucker in order to try to get their money. I don't necessarily think so. Yes, it could be a possibility. Because look, the reason that I say that is because, I mean, screwing somebody out of their money, yes, would be Trump's MO. I mean, he owes the Freedom Girls money. Remember the creepy Freedom Girls that sung at his one of his rallies? Yeah, he did not pay them. He stiffed them out of money. Now they're suing him. Okay, so look, he is a sucker. Or I'm sorry, he is a sucker, but He loves to sucker people out of money. That's what I mean. And out of their time and out of their labor and not pay them. So, look, if he takes their, if he promises, hey, I'll take your money, and then doesn't do anything for them, well, they become a one-time donor, but also a sucker. Now, I think that it's more the case of him taking that money. But you never know, right? But even saying that Donald Trump is going to, look, you give me money, I'll whisper into Donald Trump's ear, and you might get what you want, does reek of coordination. It sounds illegal. And look, it wouldn't be the first time that this guy has gotten in trouble for doing something illegal when it comes to campaign finance. The report claims that Jesse Benton, a guy related to the campaign, a former aide to the group who was later convicted in an unrelated election law stemming from his work on Ron Paul's 2012 campaign. He reached out to offer his own nonprofit as a way to funnel the donation. He said, hey, you want to make this donation, your Chinese national, to Donald Trump? Use my nonprofit. Oh, man. This is illegal. Plain and simple, man. Now, Backer, the Great America PAC lawyer, said, no. Benton was not acting on orders from the PAC. And all he was doing was, get this, unsanctioned puffery and self-promotion. Oh, yeah, man, I know Donald Trump. I can whisper into his ear. Look, it's not outside the realm of possibility. He could be right. He could just be doing puffery and self-promotion to get that donation. Because, look, Donald Trump thinks that everybody's a sucker. And I'm sure that whole mentality rolls downhill to his staffers and to people that are in the Super PAC. Now, the lawyer, Backer, says Mr. Benton has not solicited any contribution to the PAC that I'm aware of, nor has he been asked to. And then Benton told the paper that, quote, I did nothing unethical and I did not work as an agent of Great America PAC. Yeah, okay, likely story, right? No. What are you talking about? I wasn't an agent. No. I was just telling undercover journalists posing as Chinese clients to Chinese donors that I would just tell, whisper in Donald Trump's ear if you give us a whole bunch of money. Well, there's nothing unethical about that, right? Right? Well, look, I don't know. It seems unethical to me. And it certainly stinks. Now, what's more is that Lawrence Noble of the Campaign Legal Center, which is a campaign finance advocacy group, told the Telegraph that, quote, there should be an investigation if there is evidence that representatives of the Super PAC were soliciting or knowingly accepting foreign national money and helping to arrange for it to get into a Super PAC through a nonprofit organization, which, as I said before, would be illegal. It would be. Now, here's the thing, right? I'm not actually putting this on Donald Trump. It's pretty likely he doesn't know anything about this, right? And look, as I said, legally, he's not supposed to coordinate with the Super PAC anyway. However, the thing that I can come back with that and counter that is that you can get away with it if you did coordinate. I mean, look, Hillary Clinton is a great example. She is coordinating with her Super PAC and comes out and says, yeah, absolutely. Correct the record? Yeah. We're coordinating. Priorities Action USA? Yeah, we're coordinating. But we're not doing anything illegal, though. Oh, boy. And look, we don't have any evidence of Donald Trump coordinating with his campaign, unlike Hillary Clinton, which we got from the Podesta emails. Now, even so, the FEC knows the Clinton campaign is coordinating with their Super PAC. They're not doing anything about it. Same thing if there were enough evidence on this to show that Donald Trump is coordinating with his Super PAC, the FEC still won't do anything about it. Why? It's because it's partisan, it's divided, it's it's ineffectual. It's a mess. It's a disaster. So the moral of the story isn't just that, yes, Trump's Super PAC might have been doing something illegal or probably was doing something illegal and got caught. The real moral of the story is that nothing's going to happen unless we change our system. See, if you want to stop coordination, if you want to stop things like this, campaigns coordinating with their super PACs and getting, soliciting foreign donations through nonprofits, well, you've got to get rid of the super PACs. You have to overturn Citizens United, but it's not just about that. You also need to pass a constitutional amendment that says that corporations are not people and that money isn't speech. Those are two landmark decisions that happened in the 80s. Well, what happened? We've been downhill since then because money has influenced and infiltrated our politics over the decades. You have to overturn those decisions as well. And the only way that I see that you can do that is through a constitutional amendment. That I think is the only realistic chance that we have in a system that is right now so corrupt. I mean, we're to the point that foreign nationals are able to donate unaccountable money to a political campaign. Even though it's against the law, there's nothing we can do about it. And look, for all the establishment Democrats that are freaking out over Russia, and I know there's a lot of them, right? Okay, well, let me ask you this question. What's to prevent Russia from donating money through a nonprofit to a super PAC and influencing the election that way? For example, what if instead of a Chinese national that these journalists were posing as, what if they were Russian nationals? What if they were connected to Putin somehow? Oh, see, then maybe the Democratic Party would actually take notice because all they want to do is blame Russia for everything. Interesting. No, we can't even let it get to that point. We've got to get the money out of politics. We've got to do it. We've got to do it now. End this corruption. End it now. Get a constitutional amendment. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.